Hello, everyone. I'm Mengmeng from Zhengzhou University, China. And today, the title of my presentation is the dynamics of hippocampal activity patterns during spatial learning. And let's start from the motivation. We all know that the hippocampus has been proved to be mainly related to spatial learning. Previous studies have shown that the avian hippocampus is functionally homologous with the mammals. Hippocampal neurons are highly adaptive to process and encode the spatial related information, and it plays an important role in pace learning and adjustment. However, the dynamics of avian hippocampal neural pattern during spatial learning is unclear. In this study, we explored the neural patterns in hippocampus of the pigeon during a goal-directed spatial task. This part is materials and methods. In our experiment, the pigeons were trained to carry out a goal-directed spatial learning task in a maze like this. At the beginning of the trial, the hamper in this corner of the maze will be open to provide food at the goal location, and the pigeons were trained to learn a preferred pace to the goal. If the pigeon arrived at the goal, this trial will be recorded as a correct one. After enjoying the food reward, they will be trained to go back and wait for the next trial. The behavioral data of the pigeons were recorded by the camera during spatial learning to calculate the behavioral response accuracy and obtain the time the pigeons spent from the starting position to the goal. And the neural signals in the hippocampus were recorded at the same time. The behavioral and the neural data during the whole spatial learning process were acquired. The infrared detectors distributed in the mesh were used to define the beginning and end time for signal segmentation. And local field potential signals in the hippocampus of the pigeons were acquired and pre-processed. Here shows the examples of the RFP trials recorded from the hippocampus. And the power spectral density and time frequency and functional network analysis were carried out to explore the temporal dynamics of the neural patterns during spatial learning. Firstly, the RFPs of different learning stages were collected, and PSD and TF analysis were carried out. Data of the theta frequency band was filtered to construct the function network, and at last, the topological characteristics of the network were analyzed quantitatively. So let's move on to our analysis and the results. The first part is our behavioral data analysis result. According to our experiment, when a pigeon could perform the trial through a preferred path, in which more than 18% of the total trial numbers were corresponding to the same one path on 2 consecutive days, it was considered that the pigeon finished the learning task. For all pigeons, the behavioral correct rate and the average time of the pigeons spent from the starting position to the goal were calculated. After 4 learning stages, all of the five pigeons have progressively learned to solve the spatial learning task, generating a stable route to the goal. And the time spent per trial result suggests that the total duration from the starting position to the goal gradually decreases along with the improvement of the behavioral correct rate. Next part is our neural data analysis. We analyzed the spectral properties and TF properties of the RFP signals. The results suggest that the power shows decreasing trend along with the learning stages. And the result of the TF analysis can also support this conclusion. That is to say, the learning, the spatial learning process modulates the dynamic PSD and TF patterns of hippocampus seizure activity. Furthermore, we calculated the coherence covariance of the seizure IFPs between all channels in hippocampus and visualized the binarized networks during different learning stages. And two topological characteristics parameters of the FN function networks are analyzed. It can be seen that the functional connection in hippocampus become danger along with the spatial learning. And both of these two parameters show a rising trend along with the advancement of the learning process. So to sum up, we've shown that behavioral changes during spatial learning of the pigeons are accompanied by modifications in functional connectivity in avian hippocampus, providing insight into the dynamics of the hippocampal activity patterns in a goal-directed spatial task. From the perspective of behavioral data analysis, pigeons progressively learned to solve the task, generating a stable route. And for neuroanalysis, during spatial learning process, the evolution of the hippocampal connectivity shown a densification trend in the theta band. However, is there any similar or different phenomena in other spatial related brain regions? Because we know that our current study focus on the hippocampus of the pigeon. However, it is not the solely responsible region for the complex spatial processing. And the dynamic neural connection patterns between these regions to be further analyzed and explored. Lastly, many thanks to my group and all of the co-authors. Thanks for your attention. Thank you.